At last, a monetary value has been established to ratify the value of financial advice. Research by Econtech, commissioned by the Investment and Financial Services Association of Australia, has found that people who have a financial advisor can save up to 50% more in their superannuation than those without. Today I have IFSA CEO John Brogden with me to discuss. Thanks for joining me today, John.
Thank you.
Econtech has found that consumers who have financial advice can save up to $2,500 more than those without advice. Can you please explain this figure?
Well, we asked Econtech to help us answer a question. For too long, the debate about financial advice has been purely about the cost of financial advice. What we want to do is focus it back on the value of financial advice. What do you get? What are the benefits of taking financial advice? So we asked Econtech to undertake some modelling and to come back to us with a figure. Their figure indicates that Australians who take financial advice, on average, save an extra $2,457, $2,500 a year. Now, when you consider that somebody on the average salary between $50,000 and $60,000 a year must put away in superannuation 9% of their salary, so let's say $4,500, $5,000, what we're saying is you can save half of that again in a voluntary sense with a good financial plan and good financial advice. So we think this is a real demonstration of the value of financial advice.
Do you believe that this figure has wider benefits throughout the economy?
What the report also showed that not only does this benefit individuals in terms of how they save, but it increases our national savings, therefore it increases our GDP, and it also reduces our reliance on foreign borrowings by having more money available in the country. So there are real benefits not simply to individuals but to the economy through a better savings outcome for Australia.
What was the intention in commissioning this research?
We were sick and tired of the debate being about what it costs to get financial advice, and there hadn't been enough focus on what the benefits of getting financial advice are. So this indicates very clearly that Australians who take financial advice on average save another $2,500 a year, and that's great for the economy and it's great for those individuals.
Do you intend to have this research carried out on a regular basis?
We're very, very excited with the report. We thought it was a very good report that showed a very tangible figure. So we will ensure that it's an annual report that indicates what the benefits of financial advice are.
The research also covered areas such as the educational level of advisors, compliance checks and customer satisfaction. How did the advisors rate in this area?
They rated well, but there's no doubt that there's an expectation in the community of higher standards. We want to see higher standards for financial planners in Australia. That will drive an increase in their credibility in the community and the confidence people have in taking advice from them.
Are you working with other industry associations to lift the profile of the value of advice?
Yeah, we have a close relationship with the Financial Planning Association. We share some joint standards with them as to how planners accept and receive remuneration for the advice they give. So we are working with the financial planners in Australia to promote the value of advice.
How focused is IFSA on the provision of financial advice?
There's no doubt that if you look at the events of the last 2 years, in particular the collapse of Storm Financial, it is really quite fair for Australians to look at the financial services sector and particularly look at financial planners, point at Storm and say that was an outrage, because it was. It was outrageous behaviour. It should never have been allowed to happen, and they should never have been allowed to give some of the advice that they gave to some of those individuals. It was clearly, under the Corporations Act, inappropriate advice. Now that's all done, but it has damaged the reputation of financial advising and financial planning in Australia. What we hope this report does is restore some confidence by indicating what the benefits of financial advice are, the value of it, and in league with that we are calling for increased standards for financial advisors, improved levels of education at the entry level, so that we see a greater quality of advice being delivered by better educated, better vetted individuals. So those two combined, I hope, will put financial planning back on the track to being really recognised for what it actually is, and that is a great way to help Australians grow their wealth.
Is the provision of advice actually a core focus for IFSA?
There's no doubt, and in fact nobody disagrees, from all sectors of the financial community, indeed the government, that every Australian should have access to financial advice. So there's a real balance here. The balance is increasing the benefits of the financial advice, improving the standards of financial advisors, but at the same time making sure it remains affordable for mums and dads.
Thanks so much for your time today, John.
Thank you.